Hi Pisces, welcome to your June tarot reading. Thank you all for joining me, for sharing your energies with me. Thank you for your continuous support. As always, it means the world to me. I wouldn't be coming back month after month if it weren't for you and everyone else who watches the rest of my videos. So thank you once again. I am in London, you guys. I've left Dubai, and so this is the first Pisces reading I do for you from this new location. I hope that you enjoy it, as usual. Let's get cracking, Pisces. Let's get cracking. I was staring out of the window earlier on as I contemplated doing this reading, basically, and the scene, the imagery that pretty much reminded me of the Seven of Cups, which was pretty odd, right? Where on the one hand, half of the view was very dark. What do you have it? It was quite dark, almost macabre, and I know that that is a pretty odd description to use for something as beautiful as the view, which I wish I could show you, but half seemed to be basically taking my thoughts more down, spiraling down a darker, more negative, somber tone, but on the right hand of things, as the sun is actually setting as I record this, there was hope and inspiration and basically light at the end of the road, which was really, really beautiful. And I couldn't help but place that scene together and think of the Seven of Cups because, well, essentially that is what it represents. Basically, sometimes being too consumed by otherworldly thoughts that bring our attention to the darker side of things, sometimes the negative aspects of a situation or people or group of people. It doesn't really matter. It's just the principle behind this card is that sometimes there is a focus more on the negative, and it takes us time to realize that we need to sift through that negative energy to get to the heart of the matter, which sometimes ends up being rather positive, quite positive. And ultimately the lesson that this card has to share with everyone is that we shouldn't get consumed in any illusions, insecurities and paranoia that always leaves us wondering if that gem is going to come along. Generally speaking, though, oh wow. All right. Let's go with it. Let's go with the cards that have popped out here. They've all come out in a group, so forgive me if I'm slow, by the way, you guys. I've had a very long weekend. Indeed, illusions plays a very strong role in your reading this month, as it does seem to appear that way, Pisces. You are overthinking. As the Hermit does. And I want you to just watch out when it comes to your own internal experience this month in June. Because you may realize that, well, no, you should realize that you have power over your own circumstances. And if you pay too much attention on how things may not always be going in the direction that you wish, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I may have said this before, but basically with the Page of Cups here making an appearance, manifestation is at an all-time high. And what I'm trying to say is that you get to decide which direction you manifest things in June. You can choose to remain in this rather dark, overshadowing feeling here. You may decide to consume yourself with the cons side of a list, or you can decide to see the brighter side of things here and how you have made a career out of, you've made an opportunity for yourself. You find yourself blossoming in terms of money, in terms of business. That is looking good here. Right? Financial rewards may be good for you, but it may, for some Pisces out there, this might not be what you're looking for. So you might be thinking to yourself that there is more to life than making money. There's more to life than my business, my career, my 9-to-5 desk job that is basically what pays my bills. I want more than that. Yes, I'm independent. Yes, I'm successful. And if you are not there yet or not quite there yet, you are on your way to becoming this independent person who is starting to master bits and pieces of their job, of their roles in the workplace. Essentially, you can be trusted when it comes to your talents and when it comes to your skill set, what you can provide for a company or for your clients if you are self-employed. But for you, you desire more than that, Pisces. You want to expand onto your world to include others as well. You want to share this pie with others. But the 9 of Pentacles is single. That is the nature of the 9 of Pentacles. They're comfortable in their own skin. They can operate out of their own will. They are able to manipulate their surroundings very comfortably because they have full control of their own situation that way. But when it comes down again to your emotional capacity and sometimes finding yourself down in the rabbit hole, basically, with and accompanying this Hermit, I want you to just even look at the colors that these cards have here. They're dark shades of blue. They're quite intense to look at. Whereas if we look at the other side of things, again, because I remind you that you have the power to manifest which direction your life heads in, at least for June. You can decide to take the darker side of things, the darker route, or you can decide to head into the light. Walk into that sunset, basically, and enjoy the bright, vibrant hues of yellow, orange, red. It depends which side of the world you're on, right? But it could be pink, it could be purple as well. Yeah, I've seen purple skies before. You can choose to walk towards that vibrancy here, which is something that this fella in the 2 of Wands is doing. Because essentially, I don't know if you can see it here. Can you? This 2 of Wands is facing this 9 of Pentacles and is questioning, yes, whether or not the success that he has made for himself, financially speaking, is enough to satisfy him on not necessarily an emotional level, however, on a more idealistic level. Is this the life that I want to live for myself? Is this the life that I see myself being in or enjoying for the next 5-10 years. Here, this person is contemplating how they can share their rewards with others, which is why I really like seeing the Four of Wands come up here as the next card, the next layer in this reading, which will hopefully continue the bright trend. So, should you change the focus in your life right now to look at the more romantic prospects that you can bring in? Or should you choose to continue on with work as normal? However, the Three of Pentacles can also be the next step that you take here to revisit certain contracts and agreements that you've made on behalf of this Nine of Pentacles state here, on behalf of the successes and the rewards that you've seen for yourself come in, this empire that you've built, which rests upon your talents and your skill sets and basically your ability to successfully implement your intelligence in a business-minded way that has been bringing in a lot of profit, that has been bringing in as well a lot of wealth that you may have been enjoying, but you've been enjoying this, or lack, there may also be a lack of enjoyment here because you've had this all to yourself, whereas now you're thinking you would really like to spend the rest of your life sharing this success and what can come out of this success as well with a partner. So revisiting your contracts here, essentially asking yourself if you want to renew certain contracts with the same terms and conditions that they currently hold. I don't see that happening with this Tower card here. I see abrupt decisions being taken. I see consequences erupting out of this pair of cards here. They don't, and these are not bad consequences, actually. This is basically shaking up the routine that you've had for a very, very long time now, which just simply isn't satisfying you the way that it used to before, when you were, let's say, still at the prime of building a career path for yourself. Or perhaps when you were still deciding what it is that you wanted to do. Out of this grand eruption, basically, you will find a sense of calm come to you. Or at least I hope this for you, Pisces, that you will be at ease with the fact that things will turn out the way that they should at the end of the day. If you're feeling alone, right now, and if you're just daydreaming about what it would be like to just settle in a beautiful grand home with a garden with the love of your life, well, rest assured that all good things take time to enter your life, and good things don't just happen overnight. They usually do require some form of disruption to take place, which is what the Tower card is pretty much handling for you here. So if your mind is uneasy, you're feeling a little bit frazzled and dazzled, which is how I like to say it. Hopefully at the end of the month this energy will calm down, and you'll find yourself more in a contemplative state, which, yeah, okay, the Hermit contemplates, but the Hermit doesn't just contemplate. This requires all your energy, the Hermit. This is like a full-time job. This is you doubling your brain's task to try and make sense of everything that is going on in your head, which can be pretty tasking at the end of the day when you find yourself extremely fatigued by all of this thinking. The Four of Swords is an undertone that the Hermit also somehow produces when he is experiencing or is running low on gas. I want to say is running low on gas and needs to refuel, needs to re-energize himself. The Four of Swords is calling truce to all of that mental craziness, basically. So you move into a calmer, contemplative state where the best way to move forward is to basically rationally evaluate whether or not everything that you've worked on thus far and all the time and effort, all the days, months, years that may have gone into the work that you produce, if it's been worth it. And if you can actually say that you can justify what you've been left with. Because a lot of people spend their entire lives working and then find themselves about to retire, like retirement is just around the corner. And then when they think back to how they've been spending all their years, some regrets can creep in where they think, oh, I didn't do enough traveling. I didn't spend enough time with my children. I didn't marry the right person. All these regrets, basically. You don't want to get there, Pisces. No one wants to get there. So appreciate this Tower. The underbelly of the beast here. Appreciate the disruption that may occur because there is a calm after the storm, and you may find yourself in the eye of the storm. You may find yourself creeping into the eye of the storm and leaving it at the beginning of the month, and then really finding yourself immersed midway through, only to come out much, much stronger. But this Tower card, I feel like it's just a feeling, but I feel like it will be fed to you in portions, hence this coming in and out. It's like a tsunami that's brewing beneath the surface of a much calmer ocean. The end result being everything that's brought to shore is what you'll be looking at. Seashells, gems, valuables, and whatever pieces of your memories remain. Don't wear yourself out, Pisces. Oh, hey, I didn't realize that this had flipped in the deck. Just don't wear yourself out. If it's not the right time to make this move, it's not the right time. Just so that you can have a look at your cards once again before I close off here. Because I feel like there is a lot more that you can do for yourself than I can do for you through a reading like this. This sort of energy here requires really spending time with yourself. That is something that the Hermit will bring into your life. I do suggest that you welcome this Hermit card. However, I do caution against entering this very Piscean energy, which is really what prompted this reading to begin with. Avoid yourself from going into this rather dark energy here. Be conscious and aware of your your abilities to manifest. So you want to remain in a more positive state, positive light. Try to see the advantages that come with this Nine of Pentacles. Realize that there is still some work that needs to get done. If you think basically that you've reached the precipice of your business career and that's why you're thinking now it's time to switch focus from business to your personal life and basically go back out on the market, that's all fine and dandy, right? But it might just not be the right time to make such a shift. There might still be a lot more that you can produce while you're still enjoying this very independent energy here, while you're still enjoying to some degree this intellectual wealth that you've been graced with. So some of you may also be working in certain industries or roles that are highly specific, which means that you are recognized as very specialized, in which case it might not be so easy to just give up that sort of job, as it may be in demand. As much as you might be tempted to take some time off, take some time off on a more mental level, sure. Dedicate perhaps a portion of your day, as opposed to making it a full-time job. Dedicate a portion, perhaps, of your day to thinking about what really matters and thinking about what remains at the end of your day when you get like this, okay? When you get like this. When you start to freak out. And then the next thing you know, hours and hours have gone by and you're left depleted. That's not what we want. Cool. That's all I'm gonna say. So I hope you found this helpful, Pisces. I want to wish you a very prosperous June, and I want to share my love with you. Thank you once again for being a part of this channel and for all your likes, shares, subscribes, emails, everything is really appreciated, more than I can show. Take care, my friends. Bye.